What's going on, Pisces? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having an amazing week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, your shares. Your support really does mean a lot to me, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy your higher self has brought you here. You are in for an amazing journey. Now, the theme of the week for this month's spread is going to be business, because we're coming up on the end of the year here, Pisces, and we're ready to get you ready to build your empire. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Oh, maybe. There we go. Your space has been cleansed. Gems are feeling good, just good vibrations all around. So like I said, we're going to be focusing on business this week, and I'm going to be pulling 10 cards and doing clarifiers as need be, and of course a good old surprise card, so don't you panic, Pisces. And in case y'all were curious, I'm bringing back my deck I debuted this whole channel on, good old Aleister Crowley's Thoth deck. And in case y'all were, in case you want to check that out and get your own down below, I included a link for this deck and other ones that I like using as well. So check that out, Pisces, if you're interested. But let's go ahead and get into your first card here, which is going to be the current situation that you're in right now. So, higher self, where is Pisces at currently? What's the current situation in their dealing with business? Let's see what's been going on in the work realm, Pisces. Let's see what's been cooking up here. Oh, Glare City. Let's see. We got the Five of Wands here. And with the Five of Wands, just how that glare was, I feel like we're kind of in a frustrated state right now, because that's what the Five of Wands is about. This is a card of competition. It's a card of strife. It's just really just kind of like one of my hot cards in this deck here. And so maybe with, because, you know, to apply it to your situation, you know, maybe we've been trying to climb the ladder at work and we've been hit with obstacles. Maybe other people are getting like advances or promotions or raises above us. However that's manifesting for you, Pisces, it's really kind of got you ticked off a little bit, and that's to make it like that's to be understandable. If you haven't been getting the credit that you deserve, or you haven't been feel like you've been getting like you've been pouring your heart into it, your blood, sweat, tears, and then you still don't get anything back. They're just like, well, thanks, Pisces, that's great, and that's not okay. You know, especially if that's what we've been feeling here. And if this has to do with something, maybe it could even be with like coworkers that are making our lives miserable, whatever this is, Pisces, it might be time to think about, I wouldn't tell you to quit your job, Pisces, but it may be time, if this has been something that's been going on for a while, maybe it's time to look to kind of branch out a little bit, maybe consider some other options here. And you know what, if we're like self-employed, or, you know, if we're doing like got our own business kind of startup here, maybe we've been hitting some kind of hiccups along the way here, you know, whatever it is that, anything that can cause this sort of like, just this frustrated and just kind of like where we can get to almost like where we're being reactive as opposed to proactive in this state. You know, let's try to find a way to just kind of get a level head, maybe step away from the situation and just kind of evaluate what is it that's going wrong here. How can we kind of assuage this fire, if you will, you know? Because yeah, the Five of Wands can definitely be some tough energy to work with. But let's see. Let's get into your second card here, which is going to be the challenge. Because let's see if we can get a little bit more on this story here. Higher self, what is the current challenge that that Pisces is facing right now? Let's see if we can get a little bit more on this situation here. And this is the second card, if I didn't say that, Pisces. We're moving along here. We're not going to stay in that frustrated energy. We're going to get some, we're going to find the cause here. Oh, fives all over the place. You got the Five of Cups here. And so I feel like maybe some challenges is that we've been disappointment with performance, whether that be on either like our coworkers, if we're a boss, you know, maybe it's come from like our employees, or maybe if we're like kind of running our own business here, maybe we're disappointed in some decisions we make here, because the Five of Cups is a card of, you know, like you've been let down, you know, you might have there might have been some like unexpected disturbances, something that's kind of like shaken up up your foundation here, and you're just feeling at a place where just things aren't quite going your way. It seems to be just like disappointment after disappointment. You know, it's just like no matter how you try to stay on top of keeping all these cups filled, someone seems to come through and just like poke holes in all of them. You know, I know that's a weird analogy, but I feel like the current situation is to not let, or the current challenge is to not let those disappointments weigh you down. You know, if this is something that's been, let's say, for example, if we're disappointed in like some how our employees are performing at this time, sit down with them. It might be time to just kind of like have like an all hands meeting, just like, yo, what's going on here? Tell me where you're at. You know, like just kind of feel out the room, because it could just be maybe there's some outside stuff going on here. You know, we just don't have eyes on. But if it's just like, you know, really crappy work ethic, you know what to do, Pisces, if that's the case. And if this is something where we're running our own thing, and maybe we've made some kind of tricky choices along the way, or made some not the most mindful choices, if you will. Show yourself some compassion. You know, we're going to make mistakes along on this journey here. I mean, take for example, you know, we've switched views on this camera thing. You know, I've gone through different evolutions of this stuff, but it's one of those things. I could either stay in the fact that, oh, this didn't work out. You know, like I'll never get tech savvy, all these things, or it's like, okay, this camera thing has presented itself. How do we switch it up a little bit? And honestly, Pisces, I kind of like this a little bit better here. It's almost like we're having a one-on-one here, you know, minus the fact that my head's gone, but it's still here, by the way. Don't lose it. But back to this, you know, with this Five of Cups, you know, ultimately, I just feel like it's going to be one of those things. Just don't kind of let that thing go. You know, it's happened. You know, it's let's learn from this thing. You know, let's make it so that we don't repeat these disappointments again. Because I feel like disappointments, when they catch us the first time, it's like there's, you know, it is what it is. It's happened. But you know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. You know, so it's got to be one of those things. You know, we don't want to keep repeating mistakes here. So you know, handle this thing, Pisces, you know, however this looks like. If we got to show it with compassion, or if we got to show it with, you know, hey, maybe you should consider another place of employment, you know, however that's looking, Pisces. But that's what I'm getting with this current challenge here. So let's go ahead and move on to your third card, which is going to be where to find some help at this time. So higher self, where is it that Pisces can find some help in this situation? Let's see. Let's see where we can maybe find some assistance with this energy here, because this is this is a tough one, Pisces. You know, I get yeah, that's interesting combo to come out the box with. You got the universe here, Pisces. So I feel like where you're going to find some help is either it's going to, I feel like it could be two things. Either find someone who's embodying this energy, who's like a big picture type of thinker. You know, maybe you're the type that's like really good with details, Pisces. You know, you can map out things and see it like you know, get all those little things mapped out. But when it comes to like what's your end game, you know, maybe you have like an idea of it, but it could be a little foggy. You know, that may only resonate for some of you. But I feel like if this is something where we have trouble kind of seeing that big picture, either kind of sitting down and really kind of figuring out what that looks like, or again, find someone who is a good big picture thinker, you know, because I mean, that's something that I do. Like I have a, it's not that I don't see the big picture, but it's easier for me to digest details and get the ball rolling once I have something that I have like to aim towards. So, and it's kind of nice to have that person, who can kind of help get all that stuff, you know, because it can feel like I feel like when you're kind of like lost in the details, or you know, more kind of detailed focused, you can get kind of lost in that, you know, kind of all consumed in that. And it's nice to have a person who's just like, hey, this is your focus here. We're focused on the universe here. We want to be this dancing lady by the end of this thing. You know, we're trying to celebrate here. You know, stop that. Get your head out of the ground for a second and look up. And so yeah, I feel like that's where you're going to kind of find help in this thing, Pisces. You know, finding someone who can help just paint that broader picture for you there. But let's go ahead and move on to your fourth card here. We're moving along nicely, Pisces. Which is going to be some long-term gains. So higher self, what are some kind of long-term games that Pisces can look forward to at this time? Let's see. We've taken some actions. We've gotten our big picture. Let's see. Where are we focused on some kind of long-term things for this stuff? Nice. You got the Six of Cups here. And so I feel like some long-term stuff, that's the long-term gains are going to be coming up, is that you're going to be able to have some fun again. Because I feel like so far, you've been going through it, Pisces. If this is resonating with you, it's been nothing but frustration. It's just a lot of baggage that you might have been carrying around right now. So I think this is nice. This is a good kind of long-term game here, and to kind of focus on trying to get that, get to that pleasure here, because that's what this card is about. It's about pleasure, things that provide us like any sort of joy. Whether that be maybe going for a walk, maybe it's like going out to a movie, going out for hanging out with your friends. Having like a friends night, whatever that is. Just make sure that you're taking some time and having some fun in the long run. Once you've kind of gotten this thing all kind of straightened up, enjoy yourself. I will say though, with the Six of Cups, it's always about finding that balance. Because I feel like sometimes when we've been in this thing for a while, when we want to check out for a little bit, maybe we can check out a little too hard and might overindulge a little bit. And the Six of Cups, it's a very soft prelude to a devil moment. So just keep eyes on that, however this fun is manifesting for you, Pisces. But overall, I do feel like that this is saying, let's get to back where we're enjoying what we're doing again. It doesn't have to be all work all the time. We can work smart and we can play smart, Pisces. So let's go ahead and do that. Now let's get to your fifth card here, which is going to be a short-term gain. So, higher self, what are some short-term gains for Pisces at this time? Let's see what are some short-term things that are coming in for Pisces, Yeah, thank you, higher self. Yeah, this has been very smooth, Pisces. Okay. You got the Seven of Wands here. And so I feel like with this popping up, some short-term gains is, I feel like you just kind of getting your control back, because this is a card of valor here. Sorry, I'm trying to dodge this glare here. We're getting closer. But yeah, with this energy here, it's about kind of like, let's say for example, when I was talking about with this Five of Cups here, if we've been feeling like we've been disappointed in ourselves, or maybe even kind of frustrated with ourselves, and kind of like really sort of like keeping ourselves down and getting us, almost allowing this energy to kind of stagnate us. The Seven of Wands is like about sort of like getting out of your way here, because you got, it's kind of hard to see here, but these six wands underneath this main one here, this is how the Six of Wands in this deck is set up here. And the Six of Wands is a card of love and that victory and all of that stuff. And this with this card coming up, it's saying that all that love and all that victory and all that wins are within your grasp, but you just have to get out of your way first, Pisces. I feel like this is you're that main rod here. You have all this energy here, and if you just step back for a second and just like allow yourself to kind of just to kind of like reassess the situation and refocus your energy, you're going to get out of this place of out of this fives energy here. We're going to be able to get move forward. But let's get a little clarification on that. Higher self, can we clarify the Seven of Wands, please? Yeah, I just want to get a little bit more on that there, Pisces. Oh, well, it looks like we're going to get a stack. Hold on, let's see. Oh, come on, hands. Give me one sec, Pisces. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. You got the Four of Swords here. And the Four of Swords is a card of truce. It's a card of one of those, after going through some conflicts, after going through this 55 here, that's what I'm just going to label this 55. After going through that 55, now we can rest. Now we can pull back again. And this is kind of what I was saying with the Seven of Wands. Now that we've gotten out of our own way and allowed this energy to just kind of come through and work itself out, We did it. Now we've gotten balance again. Things are kind of coming, kind of working itself back out again. We can visualize our universe. Things are feeling groovy, Pisces. So yeah, I feel like that's something. Short term, yeah, just kind of find some ways to just like really just kind of let this energy go is what I'm feeling. This 55 here, and yeah, that's what I'm getting with there. Let's go ahead and move on. Because now we're going to get to your 6th card here, which is going to focus on your strengths. So, higher self, what are some strengths that Pisces is working with right now? Let's see, what strengths are we working with in this business realm here? Yeah, because now we're feeling back good. We've gotten some stuff worked out here. We're feeling stronger than ever. Ooh, Pisces, we're feeling stronger than ever. Look at that sun. You know what? Let's hold that in the light there and let's bask in that for a second. Because the sun is Bay. This is like one of the best cards, if not the best card in the deck. The sun is about that happiness, that joy, that fulfillment. And I feel like with this as being your strength here, I feel like this is how you make people feel. Maybe some of you might have maybe a little Leo in your chart there, but I feel like with the sun, you just have that natural exuberance, that whenever people are around you, they're just like, oh my gosh, Pisces, like what is it that you do? You just like, you know what I mean? Like your just energy just like naturally just raises the vibration. And so yeah, I feel like that's a solid strength here, Pisces. And this is going to definitely pay you off, I feel like, in business. Because I feel like when people, you want to make sure that let's say, like, for example, if we're a boss, you want to be where you kind of are firm, where people respect you and whatnot, but you also want to be able to have a little fun too. You want people to, they're doing their best work for you because they respect you and they appreciate you, and you provide this kind of environment for them, this fun, nurturing, this where people can even excel, because I feel like that's where the sun wants us to do. The sun is providing life and vitality. It wants all of us to thrive and be our best, and I feel like that's what you want to do. And I feel like with that, if that's what you're doing, people are going to respond in kind, and all this energy is going to work for you, Pisces. I like that. That's a solid strength. And if you haven't been feeling that, let's tap into that bad boy, because we all got this, Pisces. It's just a matter of looking down, looking within, taking a moment and hermiting, because yeah, that's what a strength that is. Now let's get to your 7th card here, which is going to be weakness. So let's we got to figure out what ways we can be stronger. So higher self, what are some weaknesses that Pisces might be working with at this time? Let's see what strengths are waiting to be discovered for Pisces. That's how we look at weaknesses here. Heck yeah. You got the Queen of Wands here. And I feel like the thing that you need to kind of focus on is just to being adaptable. When we have situations that put you in this 55 here, where we're frustrated, where we're feeling disappointment, where we're just like, even when we're just like, the 7 of Swords here, where it's just like, just getting in our own way here. Queen of Wands in this deck, she is just cool as a cucumber. She's got this, you would think that with this, all this fire down here, that she's like, girl, watch out. And she's like, what you talking about? I command these flames. These are where I'm supposed to be. Felix is fine. Everything is lovely here. And she's the type, she's represented by, the queens in this deck are represented by water, and the wands are represented by fire. So she's the watery part of fire. So she's working with 2 contradictory elements here, and she's doing it like a champ. And that's where we ultimately want to get to, where you're at, Pisces. Whenever we're in a place where, when you're up, when we're working with this sunshine here, when we're working with the sunshine here, we're having that fun, everything's all great, we're keeping that balance, we're playing smart. But then when we got to get down to business, when things are kind of getting out of hand, we're adapting, we're not being reactive, we're being proactive. And that's where I feel like, that's where, that's a strength or a weakness that needs to be refined there, Pisces, for you. Just figuring out how to, and really, that I don't even feel like that's going to be a lot of work for you, Pisces, because you're one of the mutable signs. Mutable signs are exactly that. They're adaptable. They can roll with the punches, compared to other signs here. So I feel like it's really about kind of like honing in on that skill and just like sharpening sharpening that and really being aware of what you have to bring to the table here. So hopefully that makes sense for you, Pisces. Let's get to your 8th card here, which is what to focus on at this time. So higher self, what is it that Pisces should focus on at this time? Let's see where your focus should be at right now, Pisces. Oh, yeah? Okay. Nice. Got the Chariot here, and that's what I'm talking about. I feel like the focus on right now is just keeping that momentum, keeping that drive, keeping your oh, hold on, got a mess over here. Keeping your eye on the prize here, not forgetting that big picture. And you know what? One thing that might even kind of help too is just like the one thing I like about this Chariot compared to other chariots in the deck. It's like this person is like meditating on their victory. They've done it. They put in the work, and now they've got this holy grail here. We're just basking in this energy right now, and I feel like that's what the focus on right now is. Picture yourself where you want to be in, let's say, I don't know, let's say like the next, well, we're doing a monthly spread, so let's do for the next month. Picture where you want to be, and then not only envision how you look in that role, imagine how you'll feel in that. Feel that sense of accomplishment. Feel that how proud you are of yourself. Feel how other people's reaction to this thing is lifting you up. And be like a beacon for the universe to pick up on that, because if that's the energy that we're embodying, then this is absolutely going to take form in your future here, because that's the nice thing about when we're focusing on our present, that shapes our future here. And if you're just focusing on being a winner and doing all of the things that winners do, then what do you think you're going to be, Pisces? A chariot. The best, not like a literal chariot, you know what I mean, Pisces. You're going to be the victor here. You're going to be that. You're going to be this. You'll be chilling on your chariot here, relaxing, just contemplating on all this, on just like how great you are and all this sunshine that you're bringing. So yeah, I like that. I feel like that's definitely a good thing to kind of focus on in the now. Kind of figure out where you want to be. Imagine you bossed up to the max, and then embody that, Pisces. Absolutely. Now, let's get to your 9th card here, which is going to be what to focus on in the future. So, higher self, what should Pisces focus on in the future at this time? Let's see where, what things should Pisces be focusing on right now? Let's see what's going on here. Okay. You got the Princess of Cups here. And so I feel like with this popping up, I like the Princess of Cups, because the Princess of Cups is a very generous figure. She's the type that just like, she loves to, when she's in this awesome energy here, and especially, bringing the sun and this chariot and whatnot, all of her accomplishments and all of that, she loves giving that, and allowing other people to celebrate in that type of energy here. And so I feel like something for the future for some maybe would be to maybe find a way to to spread your accomplishments and spread this joy and all of this stuff back into your community. Maybe trying to do some type of work like that. Think I don't know, just start thinking bigger. You've created your world here. Now how can you create this world and expand it into your, within like 5 miles, and then within 10 miles, and then with 100 miles? How do we expand this influence and raise that vibration? And I will say though, maybe for some others, the thing with the Princess of Cups, if I had a caveat with her, is that she has a tendency to possibly overgive. She's giving way too much of herself. And so that's something to keep in mind, Pisces. You want to make sure that you have, where it's good to be, I feel like, doing good work for the community, and like, doing that, raising that vibration and all that good stuff. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself first, because if you're not in your best state here, then how are you going to do the best work out here? You know what I mean? You can't, if you've completely depleted your sunshine here, that's going to be hard to spread that throughout the world. So just make sure that we're taking some time and just kind of resting up in between there. And I feel like that's going to really some good stuff, like, because that's when you give back like that, and you give back without expectations, the universe will pay you back in kind. It just all of that stuff kind of works out in the end, Pisces. So I like that, Princess of Cups. Let's go ahead and move on to your last card here, which is going to be some opportunities. So higher self, what are some opportunities that are coming in for Pisces right now? Like we've gone through the whole thing, Pisces. This is going to be I like this for your month here. I feel like you're going to do some really awesome things here. Let's see what are opportunities are coming in. Got the Queen of Swords here for the win. And I feel like what's going to be coming in, it's just like, I feel like whatever next step that you're trying to do with this universe here, because I'm getting something. I know this is where you can find help. But I feel like when you get a better idea of what your universe looks like and how you want to maybe expand the sunshine in your realm and all of this stuff, I feel like this just like more clarity for how these opportunities are going to come up will present themselves, if that makes sense. That's what I feel like is happening with this Queen of Swords here, because she's a card of kind of like one of my cards of clarity, card of enlightenment. She's also known as the liberator of the minds. And I feel like, but I don't really even feel like that applies here, because that's more so kind of talking about, and I guess so, let's talk about it since it did kind of pop in my head. I will say, and we're going to clarify the Queen of Swords, but if we have people, in our business, kind of keeping eyes on them, if we got people who are, who might have been frustrating us, or, maybe not doing their best work, or even if they've invoked some kind of disappointment in their past. And, this is someone that you may have discussed with. And I'm talking about from if you're working from a managerial level, boss level, even from a coworker level, if this is someone's behavior who is affecting your work or not, make sure to handle that, because that's what the Queen of Swords. She's not the type that's going to let other people's. She's not going to let a 55 bring her down from this throne of this throne of clouds here, because she ain't got time for that. She has sunshine that she's trying to spread and a universe that she's trying to make here, Pisces. So that's what I have to say on that thing. But let's get a little clarification before we close out here. Higher self, can you clarify the Queen of Swords, please? Yeah, let's just get a little bit more on this, Queen of Swords here. See what kind of, for this opportunity that's coming in for you. Okay. You got the Priestess here. And so, yeah, I feel like you're going to be, what's coming in is, and you know what, let's go ahead and switch back over. So, yeah, I feel like what's coming in for you, Pisces, is going to be just like an understanding of, and not even just like a clarity of like just like that enlightenment or like that epiphany that's coming in. I feel like you're going to, once that epiphany hits, you're just going to naturally you're going to instinctually learn how to make this happen, learn how to expand your world, if that makes sense. I feel like that's what opportunities are coming in for you, because this really is a really solid reading. I like where this is going for sure. And I feel like you have the opportunity to really to affect change and to affect like growth and stuff with whatever this business thing that you're doing, and however you're planning, whatever realm this is looking like for. There's potential for some really good stuff here, Pisces. And I feel like once that understanding comes to you, you're just going to click on, and it's just going to be, you're going to be in chariot mode here, just going to be off to the races. So yeah. I think I'm going to leave that there. I hope that made sense. That was, I enjoyed that journey. And if you liked it as much as I did, give this good old one a thumbs up there. Hit that thumbs up button. If you know someone who might be going through this thing, going through a 50, I love that we're going through a 55. I hope you find that as funny as I do. If you find someone who's going through a 55 too, Pisces, share this with them. Let's raise that vibration a little bit, because you really are doing some, I think this month is going to be a good, really good one for you, Pisces. Let's subscribe, hit that bell button so you get notified when I upload videos. I'm on Facebook. And then if you have, because you know how I feel. Not that you needed a ticket, but since you got one here, check out my other channel. If you have Cancer in your placements, or maybe if you've got a business partner and they're a Cancer, you like that, check out the Chariot and Friends. That's my channel where we discuss all things Cancerian energy. I discuss what sign the moon's in, the phase, when she's void of course, just lunar shenanigans all over the place. So check that out if you're interested in Pisces, and all that information is in the description box down below. But let's get your surprise card here so I can get you out of here. Okay. 10 of Wands here. And so I feel like with this kind of popping up, let's talk about this 55 one more time. Oh, where's the other one? Okay. So when we find ourselves with this combination here, when you're not only frustrated but disappointed, and it's just like you realize that maybe you're going to have to be the bad guy, and that you're going to have to, not even the bad guy, but that you're just going to have to bring this up if this is something that other people are causing, or even if you're feeling this on yourself. I feel like sometimes it can feel like it feels like we're in a cage, where it's like, because that's what the 10 of Wands is about. It's very oppressed energy. This is like my hottest card in this deck. And you can feel oppressed and repressed, and then it's just like taking the five of Wands, putting a pot over taking like an empty pot, putting a lid over it, and cranking that thing up to the max. That's 10 of Wands. And I feel like if we don't deal with this thing, then it's just going to stay. It has the potential. It's going to stay in that, and it's going to mess with our universe here. So I feel like when you get some time, if you're dealing with other people, it may be time to be bad cop. If we've exhausted all other options here, we might need to lay down the hammer here, or bring in that axe, if you will. But we're not cutting off literal heads, Pisces. Don't get crazy. And if it's with yourself, deal with it, but come at it with compassion. We all make mistakes. It's easy to get frustrated, and it's Mars retrograde right now. Be kind. I know and by the time this month is over, Mars retrograde will probably be over, but even then you got the shadow for a few more weeks. So just keep that in mind as well, Pisces, and don't be kind to yourself, and be kind to others, even if you got to deliver the bad news. We don't have to burn any bridges. What they do after you deliver the news, that's all on them. So yeah, I think I'll leave that there. I hope that makes sense. But stay safe out there, Pisces. Keep raising that vibration, and I will catch you on the next one later.